You know there is more to life than what you're experiencing right now. For me, back in 2009, I thought life was good. I had 2 young, beautiful boys, married to my high school sweetheart, working as a manager at a pharmacy I had been at for 6 years. Life was good, I thought. My husband and I were sitting on the couch. He had a very serious look on his face. And he said, "I don't know if I want to be married to you anymore." And to top that off, a few weeks later, my boss had told me, "We're closing the pharmacy doors." I was devastated. My whole world that I had known was turned upside down. And at that point, I had to figure out how I was going to move forward, how I was going to bounce out of the ashes. So, I took an opportunity to open up a pharmacy at a high-end cancer center. And eventually, several years later, met the man of my dreams.
Is that me?
Yes. Life was great. Life was great. And then one day, we were sitting on the couch after a long day at work. Scott asked me, "Do you really want to be a pharmacist the rest of your life?" And for the first time, I didn't have an answer.
You know there's more to life than what you're experiencing. And that's really just because you were created in God's exact express image with infinite true potential. And you know that inside here. He placed that in you as your guide, as your navigational aid to life. However, you've lost sight of that. We had lost sight before of that. And didn't really know the way to tap into that. And if we did know some of the way, forgot how to connect with that. I started with a dream when I was younger to be a fighter pilot. That was exciting. When Top Gun came out, I wanted to be a fighter pilot. And my whole focus was going toward that. And so I ended up in the military, trying to live out that dream and go toward it. Even to fly on the side in the military, but in the, not fighter jets, but their smaller airplanes that they had on base there. Doing loops and barrel rolls and dives and fly the plane straight up and then kill the engine and drop it straight back down backward out of the sky. Doing fun stuff like that. And so I thought I had it figured out. I thought I was going toward the thing that made me come alive. And it did. It still does. But after about 3 or so years, I realized that it was not high probability that I was going to become one of those few chosen Top Gun fighter pilots. So I decided to exit the military and go to the top flight school in the world. And I ended up at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Florida, and I began my pursuit to make that goal happen and try to find fulfillment in that. And I graduated with all my academics with a bachelor's degree, but I found myself out of money in a very expensive school. I had ran out of money. So I had to go back home to Nebraska and try to figure out how I was going to go forward and bounce out of wasn't really ashes, but it was devastating because 2 times my dreams had come unraveled, and now I was in a place of maybe claustrophobia or constriction that I couldn't get to the thing that really made me come alive. So one of my family members said, you can make $10,000 if you come work as a mason this summer or that summer. So that was a bright, shiny object. So I'm coming. I packed up and went, and I ended up back here in Nebraska and going toward that so I could get back to doing the thing that I thought I loved doing, and I still enjoy that. However, at the end of that summer, I had extremely high credit card debt from school and from living, and still the stacking of all those student loans that had piled up as well over the years, to the degree that I only had $20 a week to pay for food. So I had to figure out how I was going to go forward, and I realized I needed to really work at what I was doing to excel at it, go into business, and begin to expand what I was doing in order to continue to live the life I wanted to live and go toward the things. So I did that. I rose to the top of my game in construction, all while trying to get back to flight school, and found myself unfulfilled, not really coming alive, but actually burning the candle at both ends, trying to get back to what I wanted to experience. And I decided I was going to start day trading. I decided I could do that all around the world. I could do it from a laptop, from the beaches of the world, or any office, and create real wealth, and as well as drive the impact to the kingdom that I had envisioned doing for many years. And so I started doing that. Fast forward another 15 years, close to where we're at now, still ending up in an unfulfilled environment in my life, a purposeless, no purpose, thinking I had purpose in what I was doing, but really just chasing money. And it worked. I was good at it. I rose to the top of the food chain and top of my game, but unfulfilled, not only in construction, not only in day trading, but I started to get into remodeling and flipping homes and building, to the degree that one of the last houses we built was a $1.3 million home in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in our community, in our town. It's not really a town, it's a city. Lincoln, Nebraska. So but I stepped back and realized that it's not really what I wanted to do. What I had asked Julie what I wanted to do for the next 25 or 30 years is build high-end homes and stay in that level of playing my own NFL ball game. And so prior to that, I had met the one of the goals of finding a woman that fit into that oneness and unity, right man, right woman environment, and that was Julie.
Yay!
And even though we were through that time of experiencing lack of fulfillment, we realized and found out that the vast majority of the vast majority of people as a whole, live their entire lives not doing what makes them come alive, which causes you to get to this place of never experiencing the real, true fulfillment that you know deep down inside you were built for. Never experiencing the abundance of life that you've actively pursued ever since you were young. A lot of other people call that dreams, pursuing your dreams, but it's really just that abundance that populates and fills in and attracts into your life the kind of life you want to experience.
Yeah, so now we know what brings us that alignment, what brings us that fulfillment, what brings us that joy. It's helping people, mentoring them, and equipping them to unleash their infinite true potential so that they can design and create the life they truly want to experience.
Yes, so we created the Infinite X Challenge to help and cause you to unleash your infinite true potential by going toward the thing that really makes you come alive. So stay tuned for it. October 12th. It's going to start that day. It's going to go for 7 days. Mark your calendar. Set your alerts on your calendar. Set your notifications on your Facebook. And stay tuned for it. And share this video with 3 people you know that know there's more to life than what they are experiencing, where they're not coming alive in what they're doing, and who need to unleash their infinite true potential as well.
We believe that you are not experiencing what you want to experience in life. You can unleash your infinite true potential joining us.
We'll see you in the challenge.